We asked the people of Schenectady one simple question. What's your idea? What's your idea for changing your neighborhood, your street, your community? And together, in partnership with the City of Schenectady and other local foundations, we helped start a movement where residents get to determine what their own neighborhoods look like. We called it the Thriving Neighborhoods Challenge, and this is one of the projects, Jalen's Park.
How it started was a day of just me coming to the park to play some basketball with my son, play some basketball, play some foursquare, ride his bike, and we got to this park, and it was not exactly what you would call a park. So we decided to play for a little while. We tried to play some foursquare, and we were barely able to play foursquare because there were so many vines hanging over the fence. And he rode his bike around for a little while, and I was scared because he would maybe pop his tire because there was so much glass all over the basketball court. It was a mess. It was trash everywhere, and it was a tons of things that bothered me mentally as I watched my son and his friends play in this park for just that one little hour. Enough to bother me for the rest of the day, for the rest of the night, to where I woke up the next morning. And I decided to come and start cleaning up some of the things that I saw as a problem, such as all of the glass in the basketball court. I came and I swept it up myself. Some of the trash that was in the park, I came and picked it up myself. Some children in the neighborhood thought it was fun to help me clean. So they asked if I could help them clean. I said, sure, why not? Then before I know it, some of the neighbors began to come over and help me out. And then some more neighbors came out with their families, and it just became kind of a big neighborhood thing all in one day. But it just started off with just me taking the initiative with nothing but a push broom, some gloves, and a couple garbage bags, and just seeing what I can do. I met with the local architect, Mary Moore. I pitched her a few of the ideas I had, and she actually had a few ideas herself. We brought it to the Schenectady Foundation, and we presented it to the board, and they very much liked the idea. And not only was I able to get the funding or receive the funding, but I partnered with the Seat Center, which is the trade school that I'm an alumni of. So I got to work with some of my favorite people.
When I joined the foundation 8 years ago, that gave me the privilege actually of witnessing several transitions. The first one that I remember vividly that really got me excited was the Thriving Neighborhood Challenges. That was a step towards getting closer and closer to the community, where now we were empowering the people in the community to tell us exactly, we would love to improve this in our neighborhood. This could be more beautiful. We can have this green space. What about we have a splash pad so that our kids can cool down in the summer? And we, the people at the foundation, actually being on the ground, talking to the people and figuring out how to get it done, to me, that moved the foundation to a completely different level. And that was very exciting to see.
One of the reasons that the Art Center has lasted so long and has made such an impact is because it really is by the community, for the community. And I think that's also the beauty of the Thriving Neighborhoods grant, that so often people who come in and try to make a difference don't necessarily really understand the needs of the community members, but that grant allows the resources to be given where it can make the most impact. The Sculpture Park is across the street from our original building, at the Hamilton Hill Art Center. And at the time, it was filled with dilapidated buildings, with broken glass, and the community was really using it as a garbage dump. We've been needing to expand for a while. Our services had outgrown our building. So we saw the space and thought that we could begin to make a difference ourselves. And so we applied for the Thriving Neighborhoods grant and decided to make it into a sculpture park. The community came, the city, involved themselves, and we pulled out 9 dumpsters full of garbage from the park and just cleared it ourselves and made the paths with the help of the grant. And we really are the first sculpture park of its kind in the country. It's been a beautiful effort from the community. We had some artists come and paint the sidewalk, and as people walked by, they became inspired and excited to begin to be a part of it and fix up their own spaces. And people were sending me texts of sculptures that they had begun to dream up and wanted to see in the park. And even said that this was the first of the sort of community improvements that they felt like was for them and reflected them. And that really let me know that we were on the right path.
What had happened before Thriving Neighborhoods was the Neighborhood Association. We thought, you know, we should really get some trash cans on Van Vranken Avenue. We thought we could fundraise through the businesses, even though we're not a 501c3, but we thought we could do a fundraiser, even donations from businesses. And we thought, maybe we could get 6 trash cans. We found out about Thriving Neighborhoods, and we thought, okay, let's, we can do more than 6, and maybe we should, think about other pieces to this. A lot of the project was nuts and bolts, like buy the trash cans. We looked at all these different trash cans, and then when you looked at how much money we had, and they're like, well, I think we can get 50 trash cans. So from 6 to 50, I'll never forget that meeting. We met with the art teacher and the principal and, tossed around some ideas for not even how they would do the art, but when they would do, or who would do the art. And I don't even really remember, but at some point, it might have been the art teacher said, maybe it could be done during the summer enrichment program. The presentation that the junior ROTC put together that was called Trash Flash, and it was a PowerPoint presentation about, and their motto was, be the solution, not the pollution, which was really cool. There's very little graffiti on them. And if there's graffiti, it's almost never on the artwork, which I love that. I think that's really cool.
The beginnings of the Thriving Neighborhoods Challenge really have started that engagement. And it's clear that the foundation really puts their full faith and effort behind those projects. And I think the residents of Schenectady think very differently. Wow, you want our input, and we really can make a change.
Here coming to you live from Jalen's Park, Schenectady, New York. Thank you to the Schenectady Foundation and happy 60th anniversary.